how Hunter children to do this evening. We're so glad the Hunter children can join me right here and breaking the color barrier conference. Hunter doesn't know this year the Queen Quet, the head from the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. But look y'all who I find, yeah, Sister Rue. And look, you got the right last name in it, Mapp, for finding way all around the world. How you doing, sister?
I'm great. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Oh,
I just got off the plane and I am so full of excitement and energy, even though I've been traveling all day.
All day long. Where were you coming from?
I'm from Oakland, California.
All right.
Yeah.
Oaktown. All right.
Got
all the
town.
way to ATL.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so we're so glad you're here. But you know what is so great, and some of you who are on Facebook, you may not recognize this face, but the Outdoor Afro is her page. So if you've ever wondered, who's the lady behind the wall? Here she is. And so now tell us about Outdoor Afro. Why did you start that?
Because I've always used digital media to connect with people who look like me to do outdoor activities. And Outdoor Afro was a natural evolution of that practice. And what I hope to do is to help make visible the things that people are already doing all over the country, and also help people who are not sure if they want to try things or think that outdoor activities are something other people do.
Exactly.
To give them examples of other people doing them, like me.
Like us, right?
Yeah, like you. And
right.
They can know what's possible.
Exactly.
And it's outdoor in whatever way you want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about. You can be outdoors in an RV. You can be outdoors in a tent. You can just sit under a tree. Or you may do all of that, even on one journey.
Yes.
And you know, it's interesting because I know y'all are looking at us and you're thinking, well, wow, they're dressed up for a conference about the great outdoors.
I didn't bring any outdoor gear too. I was like, here I am at an outdoor conference. I didn't bring no backpack, no tent.
Right? But it's okay, because that's the thing that we need people to really grasp, is that you're not that way all the time, 24/7. You don't have to have a backpack on to prove that you love the great outdoors.
Absolutely.
I mean, you stay healthier and can look this good because you go outdoors sometimes, you see? So definitely, I am so happy about the work that you are doing.
Thank you. And I'm appreciative of the work you're doing too.
Thank you.
And this woman is preserving culture, okay? For all of you who got exposure to the Gullah, help me?
Gullah Geechee.
Gullah Geechee culture.
You want to say it so fast.
through Daughters of the Dust, I think you need a closer look, a very authentic look at the culture through what this sister is doing. I am really, really proud of her preservation and revitalization of the culture and the land that it occupies.
Thank you so much. And we have to have Outdoor Afro folks come to the Gullah Geechee Nation. We need to have a big event there.
Yes.
So definitely, so we can break all the 100 children where the look fun we are. Hunter can come to the island and things like that. And then we can get you outdoors for truth, you know. So you can join us. So definitely, Sister Rue, it is great being here with you.
I'm blessed to meet you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yes, glad to put the real face and the voice onto the wall for
That's
real
right,
now.
that's right.
And so all of you who are out there, this year, the what going on. Peace and blessings. We'll be right back with you with more of us truly breaking the color barrier.
Bye.
Is that African American history has typically pushed African Americans out of the historical and actual landscape. It's our job to put them back in. These places are important for many, many reasons. They protect our cultural legacy, our scenic heritage, and provide outdoor recreational opportunities. They must be protected. This is our legacy to uphold on the land. Thank you very much indeed.
So I was sitting in D.C. with a good friend of mine one day. He's back downstairs. And we're talking, and I forget what we were talking about, but in between that conversation, he just stopped me and he said, Juan, you realize you've been at this for 10 years. And I know some people might seem like such a short time, but for somebody in my age range right now, 10 years is a long time. So I've been blessed and privileged enough to have mentors like Alan Spears, Diana, her friend, Audrey, Audrey, Charles Thomas, Jack Shue, Bill Vandenberg, who have really mentored me through that. And in a sense, I feel that sometimes I carry their legacy with me too, into what I'm doing. For those 10 years, I felt like there was a missing link somewhere. And I think as an immigrant coming into this country, I was born in Mexico City, and I came to LA when I was 6. And as an immigrant, you kind of feel that disconnect from your native country. And for a long time, I just kind of seeked through different venues, some of those positive and some of those negative, to create that link in that family. And it wasn't until maybe about 10 years ago when I went to the Grand Teton Science School for the first time. I saw more stars than I could count. For the first time in my life, I realized that that was the link that I was looking for. My connection with nature. And I think oftentimes as humans, we forget about that connection. And not necessarily, having to go out there into the Grand Teton National Park or to Yosemite National Park, but really seeking that connection wherever we are. In home now, nowadays, I see it everywhere. I realize that as my mother, growing beans out of coffee cans, that in itself was creating nature in my home. Growing papayas for us to eat in the backyard was creating nature. And I really started appreciating that connection with nature that we've always had. And there's this, the first time I went camping with my family in Santa Monica National Park, Santa Monica Mountains National Park, which overlooked the coast and are in a nice little forest. There was this program called Fan Camp, which Jack Shue started, and I was a mentee of. And the idea was to go in as a youth and learn all about these unique things in the Santa Monica National Parks, and learn about the flora and fauna, and then go back to our families and bring them back out and teach them. And in that sense, so I'm all proud, and I'm all, in a sense, cocky that I'm going to teach my mom and dad something. And we get out there, we start walking, and I'm like, yeah, this plant is for this and that, and this is where it grows. My mom says, no, that's what you heal a cut with. And she just starts rattling off all these like medicinal purposes for all the plants and all these things, and it came to realize that they in essence, even now, still days, have their own legacy to pass on to me, and it's interesting because we talk about a legacy and realizing that when I stand out here, I in a sense represent that immigrant legacy, and especially the Latino one, which is, in California, we're close to breaking the halfway barrier between registered voters of 50% and the largest foreign population in the United States. It's a legacy that really embodies, I think, the human legacy, and what it has to bring is really that connection of the holistic view of our human legacy. That, in essence, if we're going to succeed in the challenges that lay ahead of us, that we need to view this not only as a U.S. American legacy, but really a human legacy that embodies what we each have to offer.